Hello, and welcome back to the Tea and Soju podcast, Drama Trio edition, where three friends chat Asian dramas and let you into that chatter. I'm your host, Liliana.
I'm Jess.
I'm Caitlin.
And in today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing 10 years of dramas, which means the Drama Trio is going to be picking dramas from all the way back in 2013 to all the way to 2023. And it is going to be hard, guys. I tell you, we were having a little discussion before we started recording, and the lists are long and choices are going to have to be made. But we've said one drama per year. That's it. We are going to be doing, each of us will be saying a couple of dramas, but then we have to pick just one drama per year. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode. But before we get into that, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please remember to subscribe and rate on all the platforms that you listen to. That really helps other listeners find the podcast. If you want more content like movie reviews and first impressions, you can check out Patreon. And then there's the socials. There's Discord, Instagram, Twitter. All of those will be linked in the description notes for both myself, Jess, and Caitlin. So look those up. So, guys, how have you approached choosing your dramas? Because I'm struggling here.
I went deep into the My Drama list and ordered all of my completed dramas by year. And then I was like, oh, I also need to figure out by country. And then it started to make a lot more sense. Obviously, I've watched the most K-dramas. And then next up, Chinese dramas. So it got real dicey in here because obviously the closer to 2023 I got, the better my completed dramas are. Back in the day, I was watching everything. Okay, like the dramas were plentiful. And I was completing a lot of dramas. But now, closer to 2023, the present day, I'm completing dramas that I really enjoy. So it was getting a little difficult. And there are some years, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, that are Renaissance years for K-drama and for C-drama. And those are very difficult to choose just one drama. So, I also want to apologize because this was my idea and I thought this would be fun.
Your idea. I said, when Jess suggested this idea, I was like, this is going to be great. This is going to be fun. And then I sat down and then I ordered my drama list and I was like, oh crap, this is not going to be fun. This is not going to be easy. I was like, I honestly thought I was going to go in and be like, oh, this is easy. This drama, great, done. We're good. And I was like, oh my God, what have we gotten ourselves into?
It was real hard, real fast.
Oh God. Right. Caitlin, how did you approach this? I'm guessing probably right about the same way that we did my drama list and
Yeah, I pretty much did the same thing Jess did. I just went to my completed dramas and I ordered them by year. And some years I had really easy. I was like, I'm not I didn't enjoy many of these dramas now that I think about it. But true to form, as you guys just said, the closer we got to present day, the harder it was to do. So
I actually, right, I was telling you guys, but I didn't tell you the full extent of this. So while I ordered them, I thought it'd be fun to just count how many dramas from each year that I watch. And so I thought, I got a false sense of easiness because 2013, I've only got 4 dramas to pick from. So I was like, this is going to be fine. 2014, I've got 4 dramas to pick from. So I was like, this is going to be fine. 2015, 8 dramas. And then 2016, 22. 2017, we doubled that to 42. 2018, 47. 2019, 42. So even at these numbers, I'm like, this is not too bad. But the quality starts peaking up. So I'm like, and then 2020, we hike it up to 122.
Oh my gosh.
And then classic pandemic 2021, 200. How am I meant to pick just one? Just one. So yeah. 2022, 130. And then 2023, 98. So I'm like, how am I meant to pick just one from these? So yeah, that got hard real fast.
Damn.
The easiest year was 2024 when I picked a drama.
I mean, I think I finished 4 dramas this year, and you know, I could very easily pick one from this year very quickly.
I finished one.
Yeah. I finished one.
But
At the time I wrote this list, I finished one.
But I bet all of ours is the same.
Probably.
The 2024 one.
Probably.
If, you know, because...
Very true.
So yeah. Should we just jump into this? Because I feel
let's do it.
You know.
Sure. Do we have an order? Did we choose an order?
Jess, me, Caitlin.
Okay.
That's the order.
Okay.
From the good old pinwheel of names that I use every time.
Got it. Gotcha.
Cool.
So I'll go first. Here's a snapshot of my year. These are some of the dramas that I watched this year. Goo Family Book.
All right.
Singi and Bae Suzy.
This is Deca. Where we talk about these older ones go downhill.
Because this is like a big fantasy year, evidently, with this one and My Love from the Star.
Yeah, that one's on my list.
Plus, The Master's Son came out this year as well.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Gumiho's, Aliens, and Ghosts put together. 3 different dramas.
Do you know what's quite fun when doing this? You can sort of like see a pattern, and you can see like what's popular that year, what's popping in those years, through that. So is that your list?
Oh no, hold on. Then we also have. So then we also have Flower Boy Next Door, which I vividly remember watching. We also have The Heirs.
Oh yeah.
I rewatched it just this year. It's just heinous. It's just awful. And That Winter the Wind Blows with Choi In-sung and Song Hye-kyo, where she's the blind heiress and he wants to steal her inheritance, so he tries to seduce her. I already have like tears in my eyes because these plots are plotting, okay? Like already. I chose for my drama of the year, my favorite drama is Heartless City.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Which is a noir, a crime noir. And this is the synopsis. I don't think hardly anybody's seen this, but I know Caitlin. Caitlin has taste, so she's seen it. This is the synopsis. When her best friend Lee Kyung-mi suffers a brutal fate while undercover in the criminal world, Yoon Soo-min is desperate to start where she left off. But in the criminal underworld, there are no rules and no reason. This stars Jung Kyung-ho, who Hospital Playlist. He's in Prison Playbook. What else? Crash Course in Romance. He's the main lead in Crash Course in Romance. Yeah. Okay, so he's in it. He's the main lead, and then there's a bunch of other people. Honestly, this show is so underrated. It is extremely dark. It's shot incredibly well. The plot is really thick. And I honestly felt like I didn't know where it was going to go. It's very The Departed. It's very Internal Affairs. It's very good. And better than My Name, better than Worst of Evil from this past year. Like leaps and bounds better than any of those. And if you like sort of like this undercover, don't know what's going to happen sort of deal, that's what this is. That's what this bag is. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a romance. at all.
It's one of those you kind of want it to be a romance.
Yes.
It's like that, like chemistry.
Because the chemistry is chemistry.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
did not
not a romance. I wouldn't classify it as a romance.
I wouldn't either.
I was gonna say, I did not watch this one. And the reason being, I will put a disclaimer in, I am not really good at watching older dramas in general. Like, it just, I don't know. It just doesn't, hit me. But there is a few that I've, like, gone back. I think the oldest drama I've seen is, like, 2010. That's the oldest one I've ever watched. Yeah. And that's like a Japanese drama called Mother. That's the oldest drama.
That's a good
really good drama. Yeah, that's a really good drama. I cried buckets, but you know, it's a really good drama.
It's a classic.
But I don't tend to like what as seen. Like 2013, I only watched 4 dramas, so like that's it for 2013. So I think, you know, I don't really watch that many that are older ones. This one does sound really good though. So, is
highly
it
recommend
easy to find? Is it one of those that is easy to find?
It was on Viki and Drama Fever.
It looks like it's on Viki,
but I
don't. That makes it easy.
I know it was on Viki and then it was taken off, so I don't know if it's on Viki again. But
let me click on it. Nope, it's on Viki.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's recent then, because it definitely wasn't on Viki like 2 years ago.
All 20 episodes. Thankfully. Right. It's got a 9.3 rating on Viki, if that means anything.
Yeah,
that is
good. Damn good. It's damn good.
Right. Is it my turn now?
Yep.
So like Jess said, I think like I watched, you know, The Master Son, and I watched My Love from Another Star, and, you know, what other one did I watch? The Heirs. I think that was it in terms. But my pick is not a K-drama. It's not a Chinese drama. It's a Japanese drama. Nice. And it's called Psycho no Recon. And it's basically about, like, people in their 30s, and it's a romantic comedy of sorts, and it's about people in their 30s who have like a weird outlook on life, and they basically are at that stage where they want to get married, but their views on marriage are not that great. And it's just like about, you know, a couple of people that sort of like go through life and just, you know, are trying to get married and doing their own thing. But yeah, it's really simple. It's not that long, actually. It's only 11 episodes, so it's really not that long.
I forget that J-dramas aren't that long.
No. Yeah, they're good to just sort of slot in. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I quite liked it. It's kind of like more of a mature drama in terms of people are like, you know, older. But like some of them are just, they don't really want to get married, but they're getting to that stage where they're starting to think, oh, maybe it is that time. And, you know, they've got like that societal pressure to marry and have the family and settle down and, you know, all of that. So I thought it was quite interesting to sort of, you know, see that through. And I think like J-dramas do this type of thing really well. So yeah, this is like one of the oldest ones oldest dramas I've watched. And because I knew like the other ones, like My Lover from Another Star, I enjoyed that at the time. But I'm like, realistically, is this story like really good? I mean, so
I rewatched The Heirs and My Love from the Star this year, or last year, 2023. And, yeah, that, I don't, it's been, what is it? That was a 10-year anniversary for both of them.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't believe you watched The Heirs again. That is wild to me. Like, I cannot believe you put yourself through that again.
I'm doing what no one else wants to do. And I'm glad that there's a podcast episode for each of them.
Yeah,
because
there is.
There's something to show for it, you know? It's not like I just suffered and that was it. Like, I went through the work and I produced something to remember this experience.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I went J-drama.
You didn't even bother with the K-drama.
I was like, I'm good.
I don't think I'm gonna go with the K-dramas for 2013.
To be fair though, I did have a lot of fun watching them. You know, in hindsight, I did have a lot of fun on watching them. And I watched them, but I thought I would go, you know, a different route for my pick. And yeah, to be fair, I only had 4 dramas to pick from, so it wasn't that difficult. So yeah, that's my choice. Caitlin, what about you?
So I've definitely seen more 2013 dramas than what I had in MDL. It's very clear I haven't put all of my dramas in MDL. So
Okay.
I only had, according to my list, 5 dramas to choose from. Well, 5 dramas and a movie. So, and one of those dramas got a 2 rating from me. So it was very
God.
So my highest one was the movie though. If you have not seen The Flu, go see The Flu. Like, if you are not traumatized from the pandemic or anything. But like, hey movie, The Flu is a fantastic movie.
I feel like I have seen it, but I'd have to check Letterboxd to be sure.
It has an ensemble cast. It has Jang Hyuk, it has Park So-ae, it has Lee Hee-jun, it has Ma Dong-suk. It's like, basically, like,
Sounds
everybody
familiar.
gets infected and they're like, the virus is spreading throughout the city. And
Right.
amazing child actor, like, unbelievable child actor.
Yeah,
So
I've watched
good.
this movie. Yeah.
Anyway, so I only had 5 to choose from. And I assumed one of you guys were going to take Master's Son, so I didn't take it.
Oh, well.
So, and then I had a Taiwanese drama I rated a 2. I had Master's Son that was 7.5. I had a Japanese drama that I rated a 4. And then I had the movie. So there was one left that I decided to go with. And that was a classic, Itazura na Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
This was my first J-drama ever. And also into what you were saying, Liliana, the oldest drama I have on my list is from 2007, which is Coffee Prince.
That's pretty good.
So,
Have I watched the oldest drama? Hold on, now I have to pull up my drama
I think
list.
you have. I'm sure you have.
Hold on.
no, the
sure you
oldest drama
have.
on like my list. I mean, I've definitely seen other dramas before 2007, but like,
Okay. I think it's 04
it's
for
just
me.
not on here. It's not on here though. On my list, I have 2007. I've definitely watched older dramas than 2007. I
Okay,
just don't have
definitely
them.
go back and update it. But why don't you talk about this J-drama that I had a visceral reaction to just now?
So, Itazura na Kiss is a super classic Japanese drama that like has had, I don't even know how many adaptions. Like, every country has an adaptation of this. It's what is the English? I mean, I know it as Mischievous Kiss or Playful Kiss.
It's Mischievous
or
Kiss, Playful Kiss, and It Started with a Kiss.
It Started with a Kiss, yeah.
My favorite is It Started with a Kiss from Taiwan.
Yeah.
That's my favorite adaptation.
I also like that. So this stars, sorry if I butcher these names, Yahagi Honaka and Furukawa Yuki. And Furukawa Yuki is like my favorite Japanese actor of all time, due to this drama, but like other dramas I've seen him in. It also stars Yamada Yuki and then a lot of older Japanese actors and actresses that you would recognize if you've seen a Japanese drama. Like, they always are playing parents or anything like that. So, essentially, if you guys don't know, it is about a girl who, like, it's not that smart, is kind of like just there for good times. And she obviously goes to school with a very popular boy, and she ends up like getting a chance to tell him how she feels, and he basically was like, I don't like dumb women. I don't like people who don't study. And so
Jess is going.
Yeah.
This is the classic, like, tsundere lead.
Yes.
Who's
yes.
so
Classic.
mean and cold
So
to
mean.
her.
And he does it fantastically. And no, I forgot this part. So I read the synopsis before I got in here. I forgot this about it. So one day her house is destroyed by a meteor, which I completely forgot happened.
In other versions, it's like an earthquake.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they do away with the meteor.
A car. I remember one had like a car running into it because it was in the corner. It was like all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't remember the J drama having a meteor going through it, but okay.
It's the most absurd thing you've ever heard.
I know. And so, because his father and her father are like best friends, she ends up moving in with his family, and they live like they basically cohabitate. And while going to school, and at first he's like, do not tell anybody I live with you, don't even associate with me, blah, 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 blah. And then they like slowly fall in love and things happen. And then they even get a season 2 because this was so popular. And then all these other adaptations, like it was a whole thing. And it's not like bad. It's also not good, but I'm also like super nostalgic about this drama. So I absolutely love it. And I watch scenes all the time. So like, if you want something fun to do, in my opinion, I've seen mostly all the adaptations, and I loved doing this. I don't know why, maybe because I just like the drama so much, is I've watched all of them, and I ranked all of them on what I liked and what I didn't like. So if you want something fun to do, you can watch all the adaptations and do what I did. Because there's a ton of them on MDL. There's so like many movies and stuff too. Like this was super popular. Like, and it's still, I mean, I honestly think this was one of those that kind of influenced the tsundere, like cold male, bubbly female persona. Like this
Grumpy Sunshine.
Yeah, this definitely influenced that genre.
Yeah,
there were like there's so many shows that came after.
So many.
I mean, there were shows that were before this too, but this one just like lit a fire.
Yeah. And this isn't even the first Japanese adaptation. There was one from like 1993 or something, 96, which I also watched. Due to this
stone left unturned.
Due to this experiment. But this wasn't even the first adaptation of this, but this was the one that got like super popular from what I remember.
Do you want to know something quite fun? It relates to this. So I was scrolling TikTok and a video of Yuki came up, and one of the questions people asked him was, would he play this character again? And he said, without hesitation, he definitely would play it again. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it set off his career quite nicely. And I was like, this is bonkers because this happened to me today. Like I came across this video today and now you're talking about the drama. So I was like, this is,
full circle.
What's crazy is I watched this and then I didn't watch a drama because J-dramas are so hard to come by. I hadn't watched him in a drama until Erased, which was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the crime drama I mentioned in another episode. He's fantastic in it, but it was like doing a complete 180 from this drama to Erased. It was so, it was mind blowing. But anyway,
a 10-year time jump.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my 2013 drama.
Wow. And that's 2013. So the 3 dramas, we'll recap. It's Heartless City, Psycho no Recon. Is that right?
Yep.
The J drama. And It's a New. I can't even say it because
Jess can't even get the name out. She's out.
So like
Itazura Nakis.
It's so deep inside like this nostalgia and like ironic laughing about the phenomenon.
Yes.
Oh God. What a time. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2014. I'm up again.
Along.
So we have, for me, here's some of the dramas that came out this year and some of the ones that I watched. So Marriage Not Dating, which I love that drama. I also watched Fated to Love You, which I did not like that drama.
Okay. That the laugh still haunts me to this day. I cannot.
I so did not like that drama. People love that drama.
Chinese adaptation is better. There,
Oh.
I said it.
Emergency Couple drama I watched. Bride of the Century, which I liked. Pinocchio, which I didn't like, came out that year. That's a Park Shin-hye drama. Angel Eyes came out this year as well. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Damn.
She was like blind.
Yep.
And then she gets the eyes. Oh my god. She gets like an eye
You watched
transplant.
a lot of blind lady ones back
I
in
was
the
gonna
day.
say, I'm sensing a theme here. Sensing a theme.
Also, K-drama land had an era of blind ladies back in the day.
I'm like turning beet red.
Really?
Okay. So my two that I am stuck between, and I'm just gonna have to go with one of them. I'll go with, oh god, I don't want to choose between these two. It's between Healer and It's Okay That's Love. I'll go with Healer just because the OST is
The hitch
really
in your
memorable.
voice. The hitch in your voice as you pick your one.
It's a Ji Chang-wook drama and a Park Min-young drama. They are really great. I love this drama. I watched it just this year in 2023 and did an episode on it on the Daebak feed. I really loved it more than I thought I would. And I'm glad that it's now a favorite for 2014. But It's Okay That's Love. These are interchangeable as top dramas for this year for me. Because It's Okay That's Love. Actually, no, I'm scrapping it. I'm changing it. It's Okay That's Love. It's Okay That's Love. That's my pick.
I was about to say you've made it easier for me because that's like the two that there's another Healer and there's another one that I'm tossing up between.
Okay, so I've changed my pick. It's Okay That's Love.
Okay, so
Period.
for me, for 2014, again, I only have 4 dramas, but I had a hard choice to make between these. So for 2014, I had Fated to Love You, which I was never going to pick. I'm sorry if you enjoy this drama, but I'm traumatized by it and I can't. So, and I watched like a drama special from, those KBS drama specials. So I've got one of those down. So I was never going to pick that either. So that leaves me with Healer and the Chinese classic Boss and Me.
Oh,
Nice.
I watched that too that year.
Nice.
Which I really liked.
I love
time.
that drama. I love that drama still. It's nostalgia for
Jess
me.
is shaking her head.
Because I remember watching this drama and thinking, I think I like it. Like I was like wondering if I liked it, and it was too much to think about. By the time I realized that I was like about the drama, I finished the drama.
Yeah.
So
This is one of these dramas where I'm like, it's not good, but I love watching it. It's like, it was one of those like, I have so much fun just watching scenes from this drama.
Yeah.
I love it anyway. It's
No.
not good. It isn't. But
No,
I love it.
no. So it was going to be a toss up between those. And I have to go with Healer because
Good.
ultimately I think Healer is the better choice. I mean,
yes.
it is written better and, in general, I think it's the better drama. So realistically speaking, I have to go with Healer, but I had so much fun watching Boss and Me. Is it good? Arguably no, but
Don't let
I
me
had a
influence you. But
no.
I was
But
there
I
in
had-
2014 and I was like,
But I mean, the premise of it is that basically this woman has blood that can save a CEO's sister. So she gives blood and then she has to replenish, her nutrients and whatnot. So they make her food. And I think it's called Boss and Me, but another title that it goes by is Shang Shang Comes to Eat or, something like that. So
Right.
it's like, so yeah. That arguably, that's why I have to go with Healer because realistically speaking, it is the better written drama and the better acted drama. So Healer, but Boss and Me
My
for the feels and
eternal
vibes.
love.
Like, was me for the feels and the vibes of 2014 and
Yes.
all like the tropes that come with
God,
it. So,
C-Drama
yeah.
Land in 2014 was something else.
It was wild. It was wild in 2014.
Oh, my love. I'm all
I feel
yours.
like, do you know what, guys? I feel like if the listeners already know us as chaotic, I'm not sure they're ready to listen to this episode. I'm just gonna
Anyway,
put
for
that
those
out
who
there.
don't know and haven't watched Healer, I'm singing one of the OSTs from
Yeah.
Healer obsessively.
Classic OST. I mean, I would say, even if you haven't watched Healer, you probably have heard the OST at some point. That's,
Yeah.
Right. Caitlin, I'll pass the ball to you.
Okay, so 2014, I also only had 4 dramas to choose from according to MDL. I've watched more. One of them was Healer. But I would never have chosen Healer because I watched it in 2022 and it was okay for me. So I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it as much as
Gotcha. I like that.
The other one
respect that.
I had was Bad Guys, which I love Bad
Mhm.
Guys, but I didn't choose that one.
Isn't that with Madong Suk?
Yes. It is definitely with No. Yes, it is. And then it's with Park Hae-jin and Kim Se-jung and Kan Shin-il, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the guy who hires convicts to catch other criminals. Really
that
good.
Sounds right up your alley.
It's really good.
Right
It has a season 2. It's really good. I also had Itazura Naka season 2.
God. That's it.
Oh my God, I almost choked on my water. I almost choked on my
Jess
water.
is gone again.
I tried not to say that when you were drinking.
Oh God.
So, I was not going to choose that because I chose the first season 1 for the last year. So it was between Bad Guys and the one I did choose, which is a crazy off the wall J-drama that I watched in like 2020. And the English is The Perfect Insider. The Japanese, and I'm going to butcher this, is Sabute ga F Ninaru. This drama, one, I wish it had romance because the chemistry between the 2 leads is unbelievably good. Like, so good. But there is no romance. Even though the poster, when you see on MDL is basically the female lead, like, maybe almost kissing the male lead. So it was like, little to no romance.
What? That's like romance baiting.
Like, there's like, yeah, it's like a slight romance. Like, you can tell they like each other, but like nothing really happens, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I love, a trope with Japanese dramas that I absolutely love, and I wish that we got access to more of these, is the locked room mystery dramas.
Oh.
And it's a whole thing. Japan loves these. Basically, it's like, they do entire crime dramas of cases where people are killed in locked rooms, and they have to figure out who did it. And it is wild what some of these cases are.
It's like Clue?
Pretty much, but like, it's like it just come with different storylines, and it always is a locked room mystery for most of them.
Oh, that's so fun.
And this one essentially is a locked room mystery drama, but it is nuts. The villain is insane. Like, absolutely insane. Like, think Alice in Borderland insane. Like, it's crazy. I remember watching this and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? But I absolutely love it. So basically, the male lead is, Ayano Go. And if you've seen like Frankenstein's Love? Frankenstein's Love, he's the male lead in that. And then the female lead is Takai Emi. And so, the female lead starts working with the male lead. He's a professor, she's a student, and they head to this other professor's research institute. And while they're there, various experiments have been conducted in these enclosed, low-temperature research rooms, like locked rooms. And during the night, a murder takes place while they're there. And so they have to figure out the murder. And it gets wild. It gets absolutely nuts. Like, there's the villain in it, and it happens in an insane asylum, basically. It's nuts. I loved it, but it's nuts.
Right. So that's Caitlin's
Yep.
2014. 2014.
Okay,
for
so here's the
2014,
recap for 2014. It's Okay, That's Love, Healer, and The Perfect Insider, aka Sabute ga F Nigaro. I think
Yeah.
Yes.
that's it. Okay. So
Yeah.
we're at 2015. This is going really slow because these years are packed. Like, each year is just packed. So here are some of the dramas from 2015 that I watched. Oh My Venus, which I liked. Beating Again. Oh My Ghost, hated it. I watched that I watched Oh My Ghost during a hurricane, and I was like, oh, so he didn't even fall in love with the female lead. He fell in love with the ghost.
Yep.
So it's not even a love story that's like doable. So anyway, Scholar Who Walks the Night, which is a vampire story. Blood, which is also a vampire story.
I was going to say, we've swapped from blind people to vampires now.
the producers. Let's Eat 2. She Was Pretty with Park Seo-joon, and Reply 1988, which I know a lot of people were like, Reply 1988. Look, I am not a Reply 1988 girly at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too long. I think there's some moments that really stick out, but overall, it is such a chore to get through Reply 1988. So it is not my pick. I'll tell you what, though. I watched this 2-episode special that blew me away.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
I was in love with it. It kept me riveted, and I was in love with it for like weeks, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it now. I have such fond memories of watching this, and it's Splash Splash Love.
Night. Mm-hmm.
That's my pick for this year. Have you guys watched it?
Yep.
I have. I loved it. This was also on my list.
Oh, God, I loved it.
But I didn't pick it. I picked something else for 2015. Oh, no, actually, no, I did. I did pick Splash Splash Love for 2015 as well.
You did?
I did. Because, so it was a toss-up. I did like the Reply 1988 show, but it took me like 11 episodes to really get into that drama and to like really appreciate the feel of it. I do feel it is longer than it needs to be. In terms of like episode length, but I do appreciate like the found family and that aspect of it. So that was on my list. I did. Oh My Ghost. I mean, it is what it is. I think it could have been done better. But I ended up going also with Splash Splash Love. There was one that I rated pretty low, and that is Noble My Love. Cheers. If you guys, yeah, that was a thing in 2015, apparently. So yeah, Splash Splash Love was also my choice for 2015.
I'm so happy to hear you say that. But here's the synopsis really fast from Vicky. Danbi, a senior in high school who gave up on math, runs away to the Chosun era on the day of the SAT. She doesn't really run away. It's the like that's saying like she intentionally.
No, she does not. She doesn't choose to just run away.
There is a time slippage, okay? She jumps into a puddle of water and it catapults her into the Chosun era. And basically she falls in love with the king of Tulsan, the king of Korea at the time, who's very young and hot. And it's good. I mean, she has to figure out how to get back. She has to figure out how to, survive in the palace because she ends up in the middle of this rain ritual. And she's just this high schooler. And obviously the language is slightly different. And she thinks it's a joke. She thinks she's in a drama, like a K-drama, that they're filming a K-drama. And all of a sudden they've got like knives at her throat. And I completely fell in love with this drama.
I did. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's like 2 episodes and it's like 1 hour 10. So it's like total, 2 hours 20 total. It's like, it's such an easy binge. And
that's why, like, when people say,
it worked really well.
When people say like, oh, you need all this time to like, when shows are like sinking, they're bad shows. And people are telling you, oh, you need all this time, give it a shot because, they need to establish the relationship, the chemistry will come or whatever. I'm like, no.
If the chemistry is there, it's there. It doesn't need, more time or whatever. If it's there, it's there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was also my pick for 2015.
All right. Caitlin, maybe we can get through 2015 a little faster.
Yeah. Okay, so I went from 4 dramas to like 16 dramas in 2015. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Some of them that I had was Splash Bus Love, The Lost Tomb, The Witness, which is a movie. I love that movie. Lost Tomb is a C-drama.
I think I watched that movie, The Witness.
It's good. This is the Chinese one. The girl it's a different name by the Korea, but Chinese one has Luhan in it.
Yes. Yeah. I have watched it.
I almost went with the drama special Snow Lotus, which is a beautiful drama special, and I loved it. But I did not go with that one. It also has my first Taiwanese drama I've ever watched in my life. But I went with Falling for Innocence.
Oh,
Korean drama.
Falling for Innocence.
Yes.
So
yes. Okay.
Again, this is like really nostalgic for me. I don't know. Like, I haven't rewatched it, so I don't know if it's like a bad drama, but like I love it. I absolutely love it. Because again, I am a sucker for a office romance, and this one is an office romance.
This is the Beating Again drama.
Yes, Beating Again.
AKA Beating Again.
Also known as Beating Again. So Beating Again stars Jung Kyun Ho. He's the male lead. We have Kim So Young, and then we have Yoon Hyun Min. I love Kim So Young from this drama. Like, she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. Basically what you got is Jung Kyun Ho. It plays a cold-hearted banker who comes into this company, and Kim So Young is like a executive assistant, basically. And he comes in, he's like, he bought the company. He's like an investment banker. And he basically goes through the company is like, I'm going to destroy it. Like, he bought it to destroy it. And there's a whole background of like his father dying and then his uncle taking over and like doing basically leaving him and his mom destitute. Like, there's a whole revenge plot woven into this thing. So the thing with the male lead is he has a heart condition, and he ends up having a heart attack. And at the time, Kim So Young has a fiance, and the fiance ends up dying. And what happens is, Jung Kyun Ho needs a heart transplant and gets her dead fiance's heart, which is what you get with Beating Again is the title. And basically he gets his heart, her fiance's heart, and then like the heart reacts to her and he slowly falls in love with her.
It's cute.
And it's cute. It is like the tropes are troping. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It is
Oh, yeah.
It's very tropey.
I liked it. It was on my
it.
top.
I love this drama. It's definitely a love triangle because you have
Yeah.
Yoon Hyun Min who is there.
He's so hot.
So yeah, they're all good looking.
I feel like I've started this one, but then I didn't, and I ended up not finishing it. I feel like, you know, it's sounding similar to, it's sounding, does it go by two names?
Well,
Yeah,
it's either Beating Again or Falling for Innocence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Falling for Innocence is the one. I did start this one. I did not finish this one. Don't ask why. I can't even remember why.
Yeah, I really like this one too. It was one of my favorites from the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right.
We're back to Jess.
So recap for 2015. Splash Splash Love.
Yes.
Splash Splash Love and Falling for Innocence / Beating Again. Okay, we're in the year of our Lord 2016. This was a difficult year for me to pick.
Oh my god.
Just one drama. I had so many formative dramas in this year.
Mm-hmm.
And here are some of the dramas that I watched in 2016. W, Two Worlds Apart. Love in the Moonlight. Descendants of the Sun. Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-tu. Another Miss O. Uncontrollably Fond. Signal. Cinderella and the Four Knights. Hwarang. Hello My 20s. The K2. And Goblin.
Yep.
I am between two shows. It's either Goblin or Princess Wei Young. And I think I'm going to go with...
See...
Oh. Do you have something to say? Do you have...
I'm still watching Princess Wei Young, so I didn't even realize this was a 2016 drama until right now. Because it's on my currently watching, not on my completed list right now.
It is.
Yes, it's a 2016 drama. So I think I'm going to go with Goblin because it has everything going for it and it has such a legacy to it that I would be remiss if I didn't choose it. However, Princess Wei Young had me in an entire era when I watched it. And I was in a vacuum. There was no one I could talk to commiserate about my Princess Wei Young watch and how much I love that show. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Princess Wei Young, and you'll hear more about that pretty soon on the Drama Trio. Yeah. However, Goblin, again, I rewatched it a couple years ago for the podcast and did an episode on it on the Tebak feed. I love it. I hear everyone's complaints about it. I absolutely do. I hear the age gap. I hear the cringiness. I hear that you love the bromance more than the romance. I love hearing that you don't understand the lore. I don't understand it either. I was picking it apart with everybody else. The episode that we did was as much of a roast as much as an appreciation of the show. And I don't care. Like, I still love the show. So, yeah. Goblin.
We all know how I feel about Goblin.
Yes, we do.
Goblin made me sign up for Drama Fever.
Yes!
Because I don't know why, but like for some reason I signed up and I had to binge Goblin in like 2 days for some reason. So that's what I did. I did it in a weekend. I signed up for Drama Fever and binge Goblin in like 2 days.
R.I.P.
And I still remember where I was. I still remember what bedroom I had. Like,
absolutely.
It was like a whole thing.
It's vivid. Like the memory of watching Goblin.
Yeah. It was an era.
You had to be there. Like, I don't understand. Like, you can't give someone Goblin today and be like, I hope you understand like what this was. It's like giving somebody the Titanic and being like, I hope you understand like what it was in 1997. Like, no, you'll never understand like what it was.
Yeah.
So, for me,
did you wait? So it's Liliana's turn. Sorry, I thought it was Caitlin's turn.
It's Liliana's turn.
Okay, sorry.
So, like Jess said, I've got things like Descendants of the Sun on my list and the classic, but realistically looking at it, not very good, Love 020, which was my second ever drama that I watched. So, we also have the not very good at all Cheese in the Trap. That was a thing in 2016. Apparently, I was into watching garbage in 2016. But there was really good ones, W, Another Miss O, Love in the Moonlight. So these were all ones I really enjoyed, and Bring It On Ghost. I also really enjoyed that one. I know it's not perfect, and it's not one a lot of people, really like. But if I have to choose just one for 2016, for me, it has to be Another Miss O. I don't know what it is about this drama, but I just really, really, really like it. I really love, Another Miss O. And
Yes.
there was a Thai remake, and I could not click with it at all. I tried it. It was fairly like scene for scene what Another Miss O had been, and it didn't hit for me the way the Korean version did. So I am gonna go with Another Miss O because I don't know what it is. I think it was like I really like the chemistry between the main couple. So it's Eric Moon and So Hye Jin. I really like So Hye Jin. Not everybody does, but I really like her as an actress.
I like her too.
And there was something about this role that is quite different to what other roles she plays. She's very flustered all the time, and she's very brash and whatnot. And I don't know. I just really like this one. So for me, Another Miss O is my 2016 pick.
I fully support that. I love that show too. I mentioned it in my list, and I hear a lot of people talking about this one. Not a lot, but the chatter now is people watching it and saying it's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
So I don't know. The thing is, guys, I am not opposed to watching a toxic relationship on my screen.
Same, because that's what Makjong is. Toxic relationship.
Like, I am not opposed to that. If you offer me that in real life, I am running for the hills.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, on my screen, does it entertain me? Yes, it does. So I'm more than happy to watch along. That's all. So yeah. So Another Miss O is my choice. Caitlin.
Nice. Okay, so 2016, I had dramas such as Goblin, as Love 020. I had Refresh Man, Taiwanese drama. That was one of my first Taiwanese dramas. Love in the Moonlight, of course. Medical Examiner Dr. Kin. Noble Aspirations. Memory Lost. Some formidable Chinese dramas that I absolutely love. But I went with Signal.
Yes. How did I know? How did I know?
Exactly.
What would you like to say about Signal?
Signal, we need a season 2. I need that. Come on, please. Like, the writer's been talking about it for like hundreds of years.
If Rico was here, if Rico, my usual co-host, was here, he would be all over this season 2 talk of Signal, because this is by far his favorite K-drama that he's watched.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
He loves Signal.
Yeah. So, if you guys don't know, again, these are like some prominent actors I love due to this drama. But we have Lee Jae-hoon, we have Kim Hae-soo, we have Jo Jin Wong, and we have some supporting cast like Kim Won-hae, Jang Hyun Sung. Really, really solid cast. And basically what happens is you have Lee Jae-hoon plays Park Hae-young, and he is in elementary school 15 years back in the day, and at the time a girl was kidnapped, and he witnesses the crime. So then the girl is found dead, and the police can't find the culprit, and as time goes on, like, he's trying to, like, help out, trying to say he witnessed it, but because of the kid, he's a kid, no one believes him. And so he kind of, like, becomes jaded for the police. And then 15 years later, he has become a police officer and a profiler, I think. And he gets this walkie-talkie that allows him to talk to people in the past. And he gets in contact with Jo Jin Woong's character, who's a detective. And basically, Lee Jae-hoon, Kim Hae-soo, who's another cop, and then Jo Jin Woong in the past, work together to try and stop this kidnapping from happening and finding the culprit. And it is, first of all, there's been not as many as Itazuro na Kiss, but there's a couple of remakes. Some I have not seen any of the remakes, actually. One of my plans this year is hopefully seeing the J-drama version and doing a comparison, because I haven't watched Signal in a very long time. But it is just so well crafted. Like, the writing is so well crafted. Like, you'd think it'd, like, fall off the rails because it's so complicated sometimes. Like, you're like, what the hell is going on? And then it all makes sense, and you're like, mind blown. I cannot believe we got here. The acting is so good. Just absolutely wonderful. I cannot recommend this crime drama enough, and I need a season 2.
Ditto. Ditto, absolutely everything you said. I agree with 100%. Signal is amazing, and I'm proud to say that we covered it on Daebak as well. If you want to scroll back, it's season 1. It's way back in there, but yeah. Loved covering it. Mm-hmm. Okay, recap for 2016. Goblin, Another Miss O, and Signal, all 3 K-dramas. And now we are on 2017. Another pretty good year. I'm up first. Some dramas for me that I really enjoyed. Fight for My Way, Suspicious Partner, I'm Not a Robot, Strong Woman Do Bong Soon, Because This Is My First Life, Tomorrow with You, and Temperature of Love, Ruler Master of the Mask. I went with a C drama, Eternal Love.
Nice.
Yeah.
AKA 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, because there's a million Eternal Love shows in C drama land.
That is true. That is very true. I thought one of you would have picked this one up.
I also thought one of you would pick this one up, so I didn't choose it.
So yeah, it is a really good one. We've reviewed this one. I watched it last year for the first time. So, you know, I thought it is a good one to watch. So, Eternal Love, 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms.
Yeah.
Is that? So, for me, Eternal Love as well. I've got that. Now, this is hard, guys, because realistically speaking, Strong Woman Do Bong Soon for me is very special because that was my first K-drama ever. So it's like, I know that realistically this story is bonkers and there's a lot of, bad jokes in it a lot of the time. But that couple is adorable. I love that couple so much. And I wish they would just do another drama together. This is also the year that I watched Suspicious Partner, which I really, really liked, and A Korean Odyssey. Now, A Korean Odyssey does have not the greatest of endings, but it is one of the very few, Korean fantasies that I really enjoyed. So, but I thought I would go with something that I don't think a lot of people have watched. And I think it's one that I don't think I've ever really mentioned on the podcast before. So it is a Chinese drama and it's called Because of Meeting You. And it stars Sun Yi and Deng Lan. Now, it is a 56 episode drama. It is long. But for me, I really enjoyed it. It's about this girl and she's born into a really good, family. They are fairly well off, and they earn like an embroidery company, and she is born to like embroider. But something happens when she's young and she gets lost, and basically she gets put into this other family, who is fairly, poor and whatnot. The mother in that family is really, really horrible. And there is another girl in that family that kind of gets like swapped for the heir of the other family. It's a little wild. It's a little wild.
It's
right?
Swap that
great.
birth story?
It's great.
Yeah, it is wild. But basically she then kind of like, they kind of find her again, and they can't really believe that, they've been swapped, but it's kind of like this running theme of like embroidery being in her genes because she's just so good at it. And, the embroidery in this drama is stunning. Like, the sets are really, really beautiful. Because they're set in this like old style Chinese house, and it's really, really beautiful. I loved the main couple. Sun Yi and Deng Lan did a really, really good job. This is a very different, like character out of Deng Lan, because he's very peppy. He's very happy in this one, which is so different to anything else that I've watched him in. And basically he's from like a different family, and he's fairly rich, and there's kind of like a marriage arrangement going on. And yeah, it's kind of like Makjang in a little bit, but I would say it's kind of like Makjang light. And I just loved the female leads, like, path and journey and trajectory. So I binged this one like nobody's business. Like, I binged it fairly quick. So yeah, that's my pick because of Meeting You. I thought it'd be quite a good one because it's so different to, I don't think I've ever talked about it before. So I thought it'd be quite a good one to mention now, even though Strong Woman Do Bong Soon has my whole heart because, again, first K-drama that I've ever watched. So yeah, but because of Meeting You is my choice. So Caitlin, back to you.
Nice.
So 2017 is where it got hard for me.
Okay.
There was a lot of good dramas in 2017 that I watched, like While You Were Sleeping, or Tunnel, or Voice, or Stranger, or let's see what else.
The crime dramas were popping off.
Yeah, crime dramas were like unbelievably good in 2017. So I decided to go with a crime drama that I'm assuming not a lot of people have seen. Like, it's a very underrated crime drama. If you like Murder, She Wrote, you will love this drama. Like, I love Murder, She Wrote, and I watched this 2 seasons. I watched this and I'm like, this is exactly Murder, She Wrote, and I absolutely love it. It is called Queen of Mystery. And there's 2 seasons. I don't know if I've seen season 2 because I don't think season 2 was available at the time, but now I think it is. Basically, you got Choi Kang-hee, and you got Kwang Sung-woo. And so Choi Kang-hee plays a woman who's always wanted to be a police officer her entire life. But one day, like, she gets married and I think her husband dies or like is just never there. I can't remember. And so she's
one of the
living,
two.
she's living in this house with her mother-in-law and her like husband's siblings. And they're not like, it's not a Cinderella story, but they aren't the best either. Like, it's comedy, but they're not like Makjang banter, but they're not the best at the same time. But she's like this happy, cheerful woman who just like, they'd like tell her to do the laundry and she's like, okay, I'll go do it right now. Like, she's never sad, which is kind of creepy sometimes, but so she is one of these people. It's like Murder, She Wrote. She like turns a corner and there's a dead body in front of her. And she's just like, it's like one of those things. So she basically ends up finding or like stumbling upon a murder scene, and she gets to know Kwon Sung-woo's character, who's a detective. And they basically start working on cases together because she just happens to be around all the time and is just like super curious. Like, because she wanted to be a cop all her life, she is constantly just around asking questions, like really just wanting to figure stuff out, and kind of bothers him so much that he's like, fine, we can work together. And so I adore this crime drama. It's hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's like one of those, again, like cold cops and cheerful women who kind of just work together. There's no romance whatsoever, even though you kind of want them to have romantic relationships. Like, she's married. Like, it's not gonna happen. But, and then season 2 is kind of like the same thing, where like, she is again a housewife turned investigator. He's a cop, and they kind of just get together and they solve mystery cases and talk to people and whatever. And I adore this franchise. I wish they'd make a third, honestly.
I'm sensing a theme of you wish there was a romance, but there isn't.
Well, that's the thing. It's like their chemistry is so good. It's the same with Stranger. Is like a lot of these crime dramas is like, you want their romance because the chemistry is so good, which is why I love crime with my romance. That always happens.
It makes sense.
So, yeah, so that's right. My 2017.
2017 picks. Recap. Eternal Love, aka 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, Because of Meeting You, and Queen of Mystery. We are in 2018. I've got picks like Something in the Rain, Mr. Sunshine, 30 but 17, 100 Days My Prince, The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, and I am torn between My Mister and the C-drama Ashes of Love.
Now,
I really don't know.
Ashes of Love.
We know what Liliana chose.
No, actually, I'm also torn between two. And Ashes of Love is one. Now, it's like, Ashes of Love is my first ever drama. So that is like ingrained in me. I love that drama so much, and it opened up this whole world to me. So I have a lot of love for it. So yeah, I don't know, but there is another one that I'm not sure whether to pick Ashes of Love or that one. But Jess, what is your choice?
I'll go with Ashes of Love.
Well, that makes my life easy.
Just because the vibes are a little more positive than My Mister. My Mister is very introspective and very powerful. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best K-dramas ever. But it's not an easy watch.
No.
By any stretch. All right. Liliana.
For me, 2018 is when I really start to see a hike up in Chinese dramas when it comes to like me watching more of them. So I've got things like The Eternal Love, and that is not 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms.
Not the same.
It's The Eternal Love. Very different. I
love that franchise.
That franchise is bonkers, but I'm
it's
here
so
for
bonkers,
it, like,
but I love it so much. It gets better with every season. It gets better with every season.
The thing is, realistically, it gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and you're like, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. So there is that franchise. There is Oh My Emperor, which was one of my first Zhao Lushi dramas. And there's others like When We Were Young and Accidentally in Love. So, again, others like, Jess already mentioned 30 but 17. Now, the one that I did not know if I wanted to go. Now, Ashes of Love, I've already said, that has my whole heart, but I'm so biased towards it that I'm like, I don't know. I just love that drama. But I will go for The Beauty Inside. Now, I know it's not a K-drama that everybody loves. It's, but to me, the ending of that K-drama where there's this beautiful scene. Have you both watched The Beauty Inside?
Yes.
I've watched the movie that it's based on.
Okay.
I've watched both.
So So I've watched both. I've watched the movie and the drama. And again, it's one of those that I just absolutely loved. And the reason why it's one that I'm picking, it is, the ending scene. So basically the story is about this woman, and she has kind of like a curse, I would say, or something, that every month she changes into somebody else. And that can be a man, that can be a woman, that can be a child, that can be anything. And she doesn't know why it started, and it's just a thing. She's a really big actress, and she comes across this contract to, with a big company to model for their company or become a spokesperson for that company. And the CEO for that company is basically, what's the word where you can't recognize,
Face blindness.
faces? Yeah.
Face
So he has like
blindness.
face blindness, and he can't recognize her, but because of that, he kind of learns her little quirks and whatnot, and he's one of the only ones who can recognize her even though she changes bodies. Now, obviously they're gonna fall in love, and there is that whole story, there. But for me, what I really, really loved is, like I said, there is a beautiful ending scene, where she is basically walking towards him, and behind her are all of like the characters you've seen her, be over the, last 16 episodes. And it's on the beach, and it's like that scene has stuck with me for a really long time. To this day, I can still vividly see that scene inside, my memory. So that is why that's my 2018 pick. And funnily enough, again, it's a Seo Yeon-jin drama, and it's Lin Min-ki as well. So that's and also it has Lee Da-hee in it, which I really like her. So yeah, that's my pick. The Beauty Inside. Caitlin.
Cool. All right. So 2018, another hard year to pick. I had things like The Player, sorry. Partners for Justice. I need a season 3 for that drama, please. We have Boys season 2. We have Witch's Love. We have Come and Hug Me. A lot of stuff. But I chose one which I think you guys are probably not gonna expect me to choose, and that is Terrius Behind Me.
Oh, I've heard
Also
of this. I haven't
known
watched
as
it.
My Secret Terrius. It stars Soji Sub, Jung In Sun, Sun Ho Jun, Im Se Mi, so on and so forth. I love this drama, and I honestly don't know why I love it so much. I think it's because it's like a mix. It's a mix of what I like. You got mystery, you got action, you got lots of comedy, you got romance. And for me saying that I like love a comedic romance action drama is saying something. But for some reason, this was just, I don't know. I absolutely loved it when I watched it. So you have Jung In Sun is a single mother who loses her husband, and so she's a widow, and she gets involved in basically a spy war. So she lives in this apartment, that is across the hall, I want to say, from Soji Sub, and Soji Sub is Terrius. He's a spy, and he's been in hiding for various reasons, and he has a backstory of like a tragic backstory, basically. And so he's hiding in his apartment and like not going anywhere and not seeing anybody, kind of just basically punishing himself. And due to an incident with her husband, with her dead husband, they team up because they want to find out, she basically wants to find out what happened to her husband and what her husband was involved in. And because Soji Sub is a spy, he has that knowledge to figure that out. And so because they team up, they kind of all get involved in this spy war. And it's just, you got action and spy and like, oh my god, people getting hurt. But then you have the comedy with the kids because she has 2 young kids. And like, it's just cute and adorable and sweet, and I loved it. I loved it so much.
I never watched it, but I think it's because I didn't understand the vibe. Mm-hmm. But now that you talk it through, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go back and watch this.
You should. You should give it a chance.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the promo photo and I'm like, oh, this looks too like serious, and it almost looks like a law drama.
It's not. It's really not. You have
with everyone in suits.
The kids are hilarious. You kids are hilarious.
Okay.
Like you have this one scene. I still remember this one scene. So he sometimes babysits the kids because she's a single mom, and he's walking up to pick the kids up from the school bus. And all you have is like all the housewives in a line waiting for the school bus. And he walks up and they're like, oh, who is that dude? Like, oh my God, he's so hot. Blah, 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 blah. Like just thinking and reacting to his like walk, like fashion walk all up the way up to this bus. And then the kids all climb over him and it's adorable. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then like he gets injured and has to like be holed up in her house. So he's like, unconscious on a kid's bed, so like his feet are hanging off and the kids are like putting stickers on his face while he's unconscious, and so he wakes up from this like wound that he has and he has like stickers all over his face. It's cute.
This is totally not the vibe that I
it's not. It really is
this
not.
show.
No,
okay.
It really is not the vibe.
All right. So I have to go back. I have to circle back to my Secretarius because also, I don't know if I've said this before, I have a deep-seated crush for Soji Sub.
Oh, he's sexy in this.
Oh my God.
He's a spy. He's sexy.
I love the man. I used to have a 2-year calendar of Soji Sub that I was gifted from somebody. And I adored that calendar so much. Obviously it's been several years since that calendar has expired, but that just a little bit about me. So 2018 picks. Our recap, Ashes of Love, The Beauty Inside, and My Secretarius. We're now into 2019. This is a big year.
It is. It is.
Okay, so I have, for my favorites, I have Her Private Life, Rookie Historian, Guharyong, When the Camellia Blooms, Kingdom, The Crowned Clown, and here's a really controversial take, Crash Landing on You. I am not going to choose Crash Landing on You.
No.
Same.
Okay.
Isn't that 2020? Is that 2019?
Did it end in 2020?
I thought God.
I think it ended in 2020. I think it was like ending in January of 2020.
Oh, well, either way, it's not getting picked. So it's not getting picked. So I am torn between two C-dramas, and they're vastly different. Unrequited Love and Goodbye My Princess. And I think I'm going to go with Unrequited Love, honestly.
You should go with Unrequited Love.
I'll go with Unrequited Love because it was before Hidden Love came along and had the Unrequited Love, First Love on the, like, tapped into the vein of that. I felt like this show really hit on that, and I felt so seen by this character who was an introvert and had this high school experience that was very similar to my experience, and grew up and obviously finally caught the eye of this guy who she had this massive crush on in high school. And I was like, oh my God, this is like that wish fulfillment, like aspirational, like sort of thing, but very realistically done. And I thought it was very just sort of genuine and pleasant, easy watch.
And I also have this on my list, but listeners, make sure it is the 2019 version, which stars Zhao Shun Ran and Zhou Yan Manzi, because that is 24 episodes. There is a 2020 version, if I'm not mistaken, 2021, and that is much longer. It is 38 episodes, and it's starring Hu Yitian and He Bingqing. that is not the one. That is
No.
not the vibe.
No.
That is not the vibe. You want
Don't
the
do that.
2019 one. Yeah,
Yes.
you definitely want the 2019 one. And I also have that one on my list. I really, really liked that one. I don't know, it just feels very raw and very like, it is very much unrequited love at that.
Yes.
That
It's
type of-
truth. It's so much truth in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
So
I liked it. I don't
really
know.
liked
And
it
it's
as
way
well.
more of a, like when I'm looking at this list of all of these dramas, and I mostly watch K-dramas this year, obviously, I'm like, oh no, I love Unrequited Love way more. It's a favorite.
So 2019 for me is my Bailu year, let's put it that way. Because we have the legends, we have Lucky's First Love, we have Arsenal Military Academy. It is like, Bailu had like 3 dramas out that year. I watched them all, really enjoyed them. But we also have things like The Untamed and Unrequited Love. For K-dramas, I've got things like One Spring Night, which I really enjoyed, and He is Psychometric, as well as Kingdom. I really, really liked. This year was really hard for me to choose, but I think I'm going to have to go with The Legends. I really, really enjoy it. It isn't because I know what you're thinking. It's a Bailu drama. It's not just because it's a Bailu drama. It's Xianxia. I mean, it speaks to me on other levels. But Shu Kai in this wig, and it's kind of like he has this black-blue wig. Stunning. The visuals in this are stunning. I love the fact that he is supposed to be a demon, but he isn't. He's very soft-spoken, very this, very that. And she starts off as someone who is very soft-spoken and very, lively and free. And then she turns into the real demon. So I kind of like really enjoy that sort of storyline. Now, is the ending the best? I will say no. But overall, I enjoyed it so much that, that's going to be my pick for 2019. So The Legends. Although this one was a really tough year. Like there's so many that I really, really liked in 2019. And the problem is, the more I go, like the further we go down this list, the worse it gets for me. Because like the more I've got to choose from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to stick to The Legends. Caitlin.
Nice. Caitlin, you're up.
Okay, 2019 was also extremely hard for me. I had a lot to choose from. I mean, like, we had Triad Princess. We had...
I enjoyed that one.
I really enjoyed that one.
Princess.
I'm so mad that we never got a second season for that.
Yeah,
We
true.
definitely needed it.
We got Until We Meet Again, the Thai drama. We got Search WWW. We have Someday or One Day. We have Strangers from Hell.
Yeah.
We have Kingdom, as you said. Like, Hotel de Luna. Like, we have a ton of 2019. So, these are the 4 I whittled it down to. Okay? We got Tale of Nokdu, my boy. Tale of Nokdu. We have Under the Power, my boy. We have Kingdom. And then I also chose Love and Sadness.
Love and Sadness.
I have not watched that one.
Neither have I.
Okay. Just because Love and Sadness is not going to be seen by like anybody, because I almost am going to choose it just because it's one of those dramas that no one's going to talk about, but I'm not going to do it, but I'll explain why. So I think what I'm going to go with is the classic Kingdom.
Okay.
Because
all right.
It's really good. Obviously, a lot of people have seen it. Like, it's a good gateway drama. I mean, you also had The Crown Clown in 2019.
Oh my god, I love that one.
So, okay. But let me quickly go back to Love and Sadness, and I'll tell you why. Love and Sadness is a drama that if you love Makjang, you will love Love and Sadness. Like, I remember this was an era. I was watching Love and Sadness, and you also had, was it the same year? I want to quickly look. No.
This says it's a melodrama.
It is. It's a melodrama. I'll tell you why. Is The Last Empress a 2020 or a 2019?
Oh, I have it here. It's 2018.
Okay, so I was watching The Last Empress because it lasted so long, and Love and Sadness at the same time. Love and Sadness is a melodrama, yes, but it's also extremely crazy makjang. Like, you have...
Yeah, so it speaks to you then.
Yes, so you have... It's like, it literally is like an ill-fated, like, trigger warning for domestic abuse and cheating and all this stuff. Like, it's a crazy drama, which is why I loved it. But that's also
this
why
is like Sleeping with the Enemy.
I have not seen that one. I don't know.
You'd never see that movie with Julia Roberts?
Oh, man. I haven't seen that movie in years. Anyway, so quickly with Love and Sadness. It's not my choice. I'll quickly go back to Kingdom. But basically, you have the wife, who plays by Park Han-byul. She is married to an extremely wealthy guy played by Roo Soo-young. And he, like, on the outside, they're like the perfect couple. And she is like seemingly married this like really perfect life, right? And but basically her husband is a complete lunatic and extremely abusive. And she basically runs away at one point when it got really bad and meets a plastic surgeon played by Ji Hoon-woo. And they don't really have an affair, but they like start having one. And
an emotional affair.
Basically, yeah. And he tries to get her away from her husband. And it's this whole thing. Like, the abuse is atrocious. Like, it's wonderfully acted, but it was an era for me because I was like running to these episodes.
Oh my God.
And like being on Twitter watching this drama was crazy because everybody's like, it was a weekender. So it was like Saturday and
Lord.
Sunday.
Oh,
and
God.
we were like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's 40 episodes long.
Yeah, so if you love that type of drama, I highly recommend it, but it's not for everybody. It's extremely abusive, very high stakes. Anyway, going from one high stake to another, my choice is Kingdom. And everybody kind of knows why. I love Kingdom. It's absolutely amazing. We need a season 3. I hear it might be coming out this year, but that's
I think it is
Oh
coming
my
out this year.
God.
I really hope it
hope
is.
so. I
really
love
hope so.
Kingdom.
There's supposed to be another special too with
Yeah.
Ju Ji-hoon's character that I don't know is not being made anymore, or like they just waited, but basically, if you guys don't know what this is, Ju Ji-hoon plays the prince. Then you have Roo Seung-rong, Bae Do-na, Kim Sung-gu, a bunch of other people, and it's about a zombie apocalypse in Joseon. Like, it is amazingly done. It was one of the first, like, in my opinion, one of the first, like, Netflix Korean productions, if I remember correctly. This is, like, the start of when Netflix got involved with K-dramas and kind of just upped the ante with everything. Like, I remember watching this and just being so surprised with what we got, because it was like they had done zombie stuff before this, but nothing compared to this at all. And
It's so well done.
So well done. And it's 6 episodes first season, I think 6 episodes second season, and then you got a special. And hopefully we get another season this year. But
yeah,
so well done. You don't know what's going on. Like, what's beautiful about it is you literally don't know that it's a zombie apocalypse until like 2 episodes in. Because like it's so well hidden that you just think like something creepy is happening, but you don't know what. And it's just, the reveals are so beautifully done and so good and so well acted. I cannot recommend this enough.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this like last year, actually. Not last year, was it the year before? I don't know, but I know we brought in the new year watching, Kingdom. My partner and I sat down and kind of like binged through all of it, and we really, really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait for and it's not typically my type of drama, but there's just something about it that's really, really good. So I can't wait to watch I might have to go back and just watch the last episode of season 2 just to kind of refresh my memory or something. But yeah, I really, really liked it.
This is another one where I want Bae Do-na and Ju Ji-hoon to get together, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
No.
And she's just a badass. so good.
She's
Like,
getting
it's
shit
one of these-
done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
She
saying?
really
that
is.
scene,
She
that
really
season in
is.
season 2 when she like lights the blanket on fire and runs through is just amazing. Like so many great scenes and great choices. Like
And
there's some
unhinged scenes
smart-
as well.
Yeah, unhinged.
Yeah.
Smart people in this, and really, yeah, so good.
Love it. All right.
Right.
Our 2019 picks were Unrequited Love, The Legends, and Kingdom. So 2 C-dramas and 1 K-drama. We are now in the pandemic years.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God help us.
We're in 2020. My top faves were It's Okay to Not Be Okay, True Beauty, Flower of Evil, Startup, and Do You Like Brahms? It's Itaewon Class and My Hollow Love. I went with Romance of Tiger and Rose, which is a C-drama.
Love the
nice.
romance of Tiger and
I
Rose.
love this drama so much. And I am so glad that I have a little record of it up on the Patreon feed. So I did like a first up, a mid say, and a final say for it. So I have a journey.
I feel like the romance of Tiger and Rose is one of those that you can very easily recommend to a beginner who's just like kind of coming into Chinese dramas.
It is so beginner friendly.
If they just want to start dipping their toe into like period costume dramas, this one is like perfect for that. And Zhao Lushi, I mean, she just slays anyways, but
I know.
like her comedic timing is just so good. And the fact that like she's really funny and she can nail comedy, and then when she cries, you cry. It's like
I know.
I love Zhao Lushi, and this one's just one of those that I really, really enjoyed as well. This one is also on my list. On my list, I also had like my Hollow Love and It's Okay to Not Be Okay, Mystic Pop-Up Bar, Itaewon Class. I also had The Romance of Tiger and Rose, Maiden Holmes, which I adore Maiden Holmes. Love is Sweet, so classic Lu Yunqi and Bai Lu. Now, it would not be me without, I have to pick this one. Like, there's no way.
So you pick Love is Sweet?
No, hang on.
Oh!
I have to go. If I don't pick this drama for 2020, I think there's something wrong with me, and that has to be Go Ahead. I mean, I've talked about it enough. I love this drama. It's, like, to me, to this day, it's still one of my all-time favorite, found family dramas. I adore Noodle Dad. I want to go and sit and have his noodles and just let him talk to me about how I should get my life together. Like, I just adore this drama so much. And I feel like it's a really special one. I've met a bunch of people through this drama, and this was the drama that I recommended when I first opened the Discord server, like, years ago, in 2020. When I first opened up like the Discord server, this was the drama that I recommended to a bunch of people. And to them, this is their first C-drama. So it's just like, it's really special to me. And I really, really loved it. I rewatched it last year and reviewed it on the podcast with Lola. So I have all the good things for this drama. So yeah, Go Ahead has to be my pick for 2020.
I love that episode. I heard it. I listened to it even though I haven't watched the drama.
I do adore that drama, really. So yeah. Caitlin.
Oh yeah, 2020 was a like really hard year for me as well. I mean, you got Hyena, you got Memorist, you got
I love
the
Memorist.
Other Side. Like, there's just a ton of dramas in here, and for something for everybody too. Go ahead.
And I just want to say something. Memorist is one of those that barely ever gets mentioned anywhere. I feel like it's such an underrated Korean drama. It's one of I adored K-drama. I adored Memorist. I was on the edge of my seat and running for every single episode. Like, I absolutely loved it. It's definitely one of those that I wish more people would know about and watch, because I just think it's such a good drama. Did not expect the plot twist. Did not expect any of it.
No.
I loved Memorist.
I will say, if you guys want to check out Memorist, trigger warning, like, there is some dark themes in it, but it's, I agree, it's a really underrated crime drama. But I mean, you got My Roommate is a Detective, you got Mystic Pop-Up Bar, like, there's just a ton in 2020. So I tried to whittle down to choices that I don't think a lot of people know about or a lot of people talk about. So my 3 are Find Me in Your Memory, which is a Korean drama. One of my favorite romance Korean dramas of all time. No one really has watched it ever. So I just want to mention it. That's not the one I'm going to choose, but Find Me in Your Memory is just like, again, it's like a romance mixed with crime. It's kind of just my thing. So I'm just going to say that now, but like it's just so good and I can't recommend it enough. But, and so I whittled it down to Find Me in Your Memory, Danger of Her, which is a C drama, and Hikaru no Go.
Oh, yeah.
And Danger of Her is basically a woman-themed, female-centered crime drama, where they, like, basically team up and try to get revenge on their violent husbands and cheater husbands. But the one I'm going to go and choose for 2020 is Hikaru no Go.
I thought you might go for that one.
So I am maybe very biased with this one because I've seen the anime and I absolutely love the anime. And I could not believe C-Drama Land was doing this as a drama, and I was very skeptical going in because, again, I adore the anime, but I needed to check it out, and it blew me away. It was done so well, and it was heartbreaking and heartwarming and just very wholesome at the same time. Beautifully acted too. So if you guys don't know what this is, you have, I'm going to butcher these names, but you have Hugh Xianshu, Zhang Chao, and Hao Fu Shen. Hugh Xianshu and Hao Fu Chen play students, like 6th grade, middle school, or early high school students. And basically, Hugh Xianshu discovers a Go board in his grandfather's house. And upon touching this, he awakens this ghost that was trapped in this board. And that ghost is played by Zhang Chao. And to release this ghost, he has to become a Go master and win games. And so the ghost is like, loves Go. Like, that's his entire life. And you get a whole backstory with him. And so, due to this ghost training him and, like, becoming his friend, the main character boy who found the board develops a passion for the game. And then, Hao Fu Shen is like a really smart, kind of cold character who is a prodigy Go player in the modern day. So they kind of meet each other through Go and then they become friends. It is just, I just was so surprised with how good this was and how faithful to the anime, but also had a good twist to it and made it their own thing. And it's just beautifully acted. Like, the young actors in this are so good at acting, and I just cannot say enough. And not a lot of people have watched it because you can only watch it on iQIYI, as far as I'm aware. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people watched it either because it was kind of like under the radar as it is. Because not a lot of people, I think there was a lot of other dramas going on at the time that had a lot more fanfare, and a lot of people knew they were coming, but I cannot recommend this enough. Especially if you liked Go Ahead and that type of thing. I feel like you would kind of like this because it kind of gives, for me, I have not seen Go Ahead, but it kind of gives that found family friend vibe.
This has been on my plan to watch for ages. I just haven't been able to get around to it, but it's one of those that I really, really do want to watch. I've heard such good things about it, so I will eventually get to it because it's one I really, really do want to check out. So yeah.
Recapping 2020, we got Romance of Tiger and Rose, Go Ahead, and Hikaru no Go. Swept by the C-Dramas in 2020.
I was like, look at C-Dramas coming in now.
2021. Here's some of my faves. I've got Yumi Cells on here. I have Youth of May. I have Squid Game Season 1. I have So I Married an Anti-Fan, Navulera, My Name, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, DP, Beyond Evil. There are 3 shows on here. Actually, 4 shows. That I am torn because I love Move to Heaven. I love Happiness. I love Our Beloved Summer, and I love The Red Sleeve.
2021 is my hardest year. Like, it is my hardest year. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm torn. I think I'm gonna. Oh God.
This is hard. This is really hard.
For my personal favorite, I literally don't know which one to choose.
Yeah. See, this is the problem. Like, all the other years, I've been able to sort of whittle it down and pick one. 2021, I don't know. I have a lot of dramas, and I don't even know which.
Because they all have different things, like, going for them that I adore.
Oh, God.
I'll go, oh my God, I don't know. I'll just settle with Our Beloved Summer. I'll just settle with Our Beloved Summer.
Okay, I am writing it down. There's no going back now.
I'm sorry, but yeah. It could have been any one of those.
So, Jess is going Our Beloved
I feel
Summer.
ill.
I also have... This was going to be easy.
Okay. Liliana, you're up.
Right. I also have Our Beloved Summer on my list, but so I'm just going to go through my list. 2021 is, like I said, my hardest year. It is the year that I have most dramas watched out of, and the quality is just crazy for 2020. So I know, like, a lot of people say, oh, you know, the heyday 2016, 2017. My year's 2020. Like, that is my heyday for me of dramas. So I have things like Move to Heaven, Navulera, Happiness, Our Beloved Summer, The Red Sleeve, Racket Boys, and then, like, getting into Chinese dramas, my list is even longer. I have A Girl Like Me, No Boundary, Word of Honor, One and Only / Forever and Ever, The Sword and the Brocade, Miss Crow with Mr. Lizard, The Day of Becoming You, and My Fated Boy. Like, I don't know what to pick. So, I think I'm gonna go. Now, I adore One and Only and Forever and Ever, but I think I'm gonna go, the way I'm gonna do this, is I'm gonna go for one that I don't think a lot of people know about. So I'm gonna go with No Boundary. No Boundary is a xianxia, and it's basically like, it's fairly different when it comes to xianxia, because the female lead is a goddess, but the male lead is a human. So it is like that type of story. I don't see that very often when it comes to xianxia. And she kind of like comes down to earth to help solve a case. So the male lead is like a police officer of sorts, and he sorts cases. And then, like, there's like an overarching theme behind it. And then there's like little cases that they kind of solve along the way. So that is like the premise of it. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to give a shout out to someone. So a friend of mine, Marta, she'll be listening. She watched this with me, and we are by far like she is the only other person that I know that has watched this drama. We were running for episodes and discussing the two of us. So that is why I'm going to go with No Boundary, because I just feel like, you know, and there is a season 1 and a season 2. It's mainly because it was like split for some reason.
It was in the era where they were splitting long episodes into 2 seasons.
Was it? I think it might have been, might have been, 2021. But it basically like aired back to back. So we didn't really have a problem with that at that point. So there is a season 1 and a season 2, but I really, really enjoyed it. So that's my pick. But like I said, any of these other ones on my list, like especially K-dramas. K-dramas had a really, really good year in 2021. So any of those dramas I could very much change for this top one. But I'm basing my choice on the fact that this is like one that I don't think a lot of people have watched. So yeah. Caitlin, go before I change my mind.
Yeah, I mean, again, 2021 was a big year for me too. I also took the mindset of what I was choosing is trying to choose ones that people might not have watched or might not have heard of. So like, for the ones I didn't choose, we had Taxi Driver, we have The Veil, we have Rainless Love in a Godless Land, we have My Roommate is a Gumio, Mouse, so on and so forth. So the two that I chose and I need to pick from, which one I think I picked, but I thought one of you guys would choose it. So I kind of was like, I'm going to put this down because I'm sure one of you guys would choose it. And then it would make my choice easier. Was Word of Honor.
I have that on my list. Like I mentioned that one, but I adore, I don't think Jess has seen Word of Honor. No, I don't think Jess has.
Because isn't it The Order is the Untamed, then Word of Honor came out after?
Yeah, but,
yes.
Yeah. But Word of Honor is way, way, way more like explicit. And I think also, I mean, they don't go to like kissing or anything like that, but there's like a lot more.
Yeah. You kind of watch it and you're like, how the hell did this get through?
Yeah. It's like, there's a lot more to Word of Honor. And also they use so much in terms of, imagery and in terms of like poetry and innuendos, stuff like, you know, a cut sleeve, and a cut sleeve was something that would go for a gay couple, or, you know, one of the male leads would brush the other's hair, and that is only something a married couple would do.
God.
Like it is very much on the
scandalous.
nose. Like, yeah. So I was so much in Word of Honor. Like, it was my entire world for the amount of time that it was airing. I was very much in that bubble. So yeah, I loved it.
But I think I'm going to choose my other one because I don't think a lot of people have watched it. And I feel like it's an underrated K-drama. And for me, when I was watching this as it aired, and I was the minority because I know a lot of people did not understand why I was loving this so much. And that was Bosom Steal the Fate. I adored this drama when I was watching it. And it was just like, it has Jung Il-woo, Kwon Yoo-ri, Shin Hyung-soo, a bunch of other people. And just like, I ran to episodes every week while this was airing, and I wanted our main couple to get together so bad. And it was everything when I was watching this. So, if you don't know what this is, it's basically, Jung Il-woo plays a guy who is basically hiding his identity. He's gambles, steals, fights, whatever he can to get money. And one of the things he does to get money is he does what is called doing bosom. So he does a remarriage procedure. It's a remarriage procedure that takes place in the Joseon period, and where a widow cannot remarry. So he kidnaps a widow and to marry her. Like, that's what they did. And so it's called a bosom. And some were forced, some were agreed upon, like, in advance. It just depended on the situation. So, Kwon Yoo-ri, he accidentally kidnaps her for a bosom, and it doesn't kidnap the right person. And so, for circumstances, she agrees to a political marriage, and then her husband dies that night, like the wedding night. So she becomes a widow overnight, and it's a whole thing. So he kidnaps her because she's a widow mistakenly. She wants to go back. He obviously can't take her back. She can't go back. So it's a whole thing, and it's just politically driven. It's angsty. You want them together. He has a son. It's just
You had me at angsty.
It's
Okay.
great. I love it so much.
Jess's Jess's magic word? Angst. It's gotta.
Yeah. So there's a love triangle. Everything. Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay. So our 2021 picks are Our Beloved Summer, No Boundary, and Possum Steal the Fate. We are now in 2022. We are close to wrapping up. 2022 was a big year for me because all of my top picks, there weren't that many, but they're all really faves, like top faves. 2521, The Forbidden Marriage, My Liberation Notes, Love All Play, and it's actually between two C dramas. It's between Love Like the Galaxy or Love Between Fairy and Devil.
Nice.
I don't know which one of my children. This is like, would you want to cut off your left hand or your right hand?
Jess, I'll help you.
Oh,
take
God.
Love Like the Galaxy. I'll take Love Between Fairy and Devil.
Okay, perfect. So I will pick Love Like the Galaxy because I adore the show. I don't have a single bad thing to say about it.
I mean, you're helping me as well, because that one is also on my list, and it's like, I don't know what I could pick. So yeah. For me, so I will obviously, I'll take Love Between Fairy and Devil.
Okay, that fantastic.
Was a whole era for me. Like, Love Between Fairy and Devil is a whole era for me. Yeah. I can't, yeah. So, but others that I have on my list are Lighter and Princess, Under the Skin, The Legendary Life of Queen Lao, Delicacy's Destiny, Tomorrow.
I didn't like, you like that one?
Which one?
Delicacy's Destiny?
Yeah, because like I really love like all the
lame.
I really liked all the food and the context and whatnot. I didn't like how it ended, but I still like really appreciated seeing all the food. And
okay,
I'm a foodie. Like I was there for the food. That was where I was at.
Like I was like the plot and the romance and the whole like she was like, I don't want you, and he was like, I beg your pardon. It was funny, but like I couldn't tell if they were in on the joke, and it just kept going. And yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't know you liked that one.
I did. So yeah, Time and Him are just right. Love in Time, Kiss the Sixpence, and another classic. It's a J-drama. It's got to be Silent. I adored Silent. It's such a good drama. But I think it's like a really popular one as well. But it's so beautifully told. It's one of those that I didn't watch until a lot later, and I kind of like binged it, and I adored it. So yeah, but I will go with Love Between Fairy and Devil, which I have a whole review. It's like one of my longest reviews. Funnily enough, until it was like my most listened to episode until Hidden Love came along and like took the crown for that. But for a very, very long time, Love Between Fairy and Devil review was my most listened to episode. So, it is really special to me. And I feel like, again, it's one of those that is super beginner friendly. So yeah, I'm going to go with Love Between Fairy and Devil.
I love Love Between Fairy and Devil, and I love Like the Galaxy. And I'm so glad that I was able to cover both on Tebak as well. Each of them has their own episode. And my God, I left it all on the dance floor, so to speak. Like those episodes have like my full fangirl reactions, but yeah, man. What a time.
Caitlin.
What a time to be alive.
I know.
Caitlin, you're up.
I have still not seen Love Between Fairy and Devil.
Definitely try and get to it.
Yeah. Okay, so 2022 is also another year that took me a long time to choose. Because we had like Under My Skin, we had Under the Skin, sorry. Why Her, The Glory, Semantic Error, obviously love it, like The Galaxy, Juvenile Justice, so on and so forth. Business proposal. So I tried to
Was
choose
that 2022?
Yeah.
How did I know? Oh my god, I can't even. Right, yeah.
So I tried to choose a couple that people probably have not heard of. One, I'm sure people have. The other one, I'm not sure. So it was between two choices. I chose the second one I'm going to mention. But the first one that I chose was Pachinko. Because I just remember, I cannot wait for season 2. I just remember, it blew me away. I had not read the book. I didn't know what I was getting into. And it just was like beautifully done and just well acted. I fell in love with the story. I cannot wait for season 2. Please, if you guys have access to this drama, please watch it. It's amazing. I cannot wait for season 2. But what I'm going to mention, it's on Hulu. Not a lot of people watched it, is May It Please the Court. And the reason why I want to mention this is the chemistry between the two leads is just chef's kiss. It's just so good. And it's another one where they sort of don't have a romance at all, but the chemistry is like, oh my god, I have a TikTok of a scene of this, and it's just like, oh my god. I remember watching this, and I'm like, I wish people were watching this. I wish people were loving this as much as I did.
You were saying it's available on Hulu
in the US. It's on Hulu, and I'm assuming Disney Plus on somewhere else.
Yeah, so if you're in the UK or some parts of Europe, it'll be Disney because Hulu does not exist for us. So, but it is available on Disney. So,
yeah. So this stars Jung-Ro Won. Sorry again, I'm horrible at names. And Lee Kyung-hun. And the fourth prominent actor is Jung Jin-young. So, and this is hilarious because in May It Please the Court, Jung-Ro Won had played a lawyer in like 4 other dramas before this. So she was in her lawyer era, and she actually said in an interview after this drama she's not playing a lawyer ever again. Like, yeah, she apparently got pigeonholed into lawyer dramas. She's amazing at it, but yeah. So she plays a high ace attorney lawyer, willing to take any risk to win a case, get a promotion. She wants that partner position. But a problem occurs when she's on a case. And because of this, she's suspended for a year. And so she has to start working as a public defender, in the hopes that she will return to her position after a year.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right, exactly.
That doesn't make
exactly. So being a public defender, she shares an office now with Lee Kyung-hun's character, who instead of becoming a judge, like he's a top graduate of the top lawyer school in Korea, like he went the opposite route and did public defender. And he's like extremely enthusiastic about it. Like he's gung-ho for being a public defender. Has a very mysterious background on why, that nobody knows about. So they do not get along when they first meet. And then a serial murder case happens and they go and solve this case. And oh my god, the chemistry. There's this one scene in a car and I'm just like, kiss right now, please. And they don't. But oh my god, it's like they come into the car from the rain and they're all just like trying to buckle each other in. It's just oh my god. It's just so good. It's just so good. And I loved it. I loved every second of it, and I wish people would watch this so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So 2022. We picked.
And
honestly, it's not really a courtroom drama. So if like you're one of those people who like does not like lawyer dramas, there is some courtroom stuff, but like it's very much more of like, and probably because I loved it so much, it's very much more on a serial killer plot versus a courtroom drama plot. So it's like, Everything
on the
seems
ground.
to be, it's like a very
Yeah.
tropey, everything's connected, they're on the ground, serial killer plot. But like,
Gotcha.
Chef's Kiss, I wish more people watched it. Anyway, go ahead.
Right on. So we got the 2022 picks: Love Like the Galaxy, Love Between Fairy and Devil, and May It Please the Court. We are now in our final year that we are going to pick from. It's 2023.
Oh God.
2023. I only have 3 K-dramas that are faves. It's The Glory, Moving, and My Dearest. And I have 2 C-dramas, Hidden Love, Until the End of the Moon. I almost just want to pick from a hat at this point, like, because I just am so exhausted. I don't know which one to choose.
Why did we do this to
I
ourselves?
don't know. It's my fault. It's really my fault. A favorite from these 5? Are you joking?
That's insanity. Like, I can't. I literally did my best of the best, like, recorded it, and I said I will not pick between these. I will call it my era's dramas and do it, you know. And
you
now
literally
I have to
didn't
pick.
rank them. You were like, this is
Yeah, I can't. I'm not ranking.
impossible.
I can't. Oh my God.
I think, well, I'll just
God.
go with, this is
The
the
struggle
worst.
is real.
I am struggling so hard.
The struggle is real.
I'm like,
Oh,
I feel like I'm
God.
writhing on the ground.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's been,
I
so
feel you.
I in my mind, I've knocked out The Glory and Moving. It's between My Dearest, Hidden Love, and Till the End of the Moon.
Oh God.
That's still not an easy pick at all. I guess I'll go. Till the End of the Moon. I'll just go with Till the End of the Moon.
Great. Right. Jess is going Till the End of the Moon. I don't know how
My
I'm
heart's
get
beating
through
fast.
this. I know. I'm like getting anxiety right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get through 2023 because so my list, I've got The Starry Love, Meet Yourself, When I Fly Towards You, Till the End of the Moon, Story of Cooning Palace.
Yeah, you're shit out of luck. You're shit out of luck. What was the one after Story of Cooning? Hidden Love. Okay.
Oh, A Journey to Love.
A Journey to Love.
Hidden Love, Daily Dose of Sunshine, Oh No, Here Comes Trouble, and My Journey to You. And I'm like, I don't know. God, how do I pick? Like, these were literally, 5 of these were literally my era's dramas. Like, this is what I will remember 2023 by. I don't know how to pick. Like, oh God, you've already helped me out because you've knocked out Till the End of the Moon. So, you know, you've helped me out. It is between Hidden Love, Story of Cooning Palace, or A Journey to Love. It is between those 3 dramas. And
I just finished watching Story of Cooning. Amazing.
It's so good. It's so good. I was talking to you about this, but I reviewed all 3 of these actually for episodes. So I reviewed Story of Cooning Palace on Tea and Soju with Palmer, and actually I love all the episodes that I've done, but it's one that I'm really proud of. I think we had a really good discussion about that drama and
I agree.
How much we loved it, but still pointing out, you know, the what was in fact sort of not wrong. I don't want to say wrong with it because it says the issues, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but Hidden Love is also one that is just so near and dear to my heart. It's such a beautiful story. And then A Journey to Love is just such a great ensemble cast. The story is just so good. This is the absolute worst. Oh god, what am I gonna do? So, my reasoning. I'm gonna go, since you picked Till the End of the Moon, Bailu's already, on the list.
Sorry, tuning off.
I'm grasping at straws here, alright? Grasping at straws. I'm gonna go with Hidden Love. Right, Hidden Love. Oh god, I feel terrible. It's like if I had kids, this is like picking between my kids right now. I can't even. So
like it really is, because for me, like these 5 that I listed, I did episodes for all of them. Like The Glory, I have a podcast episode. Moving, My Dearest, Till the End of the Moon. That was a 2-parter with the 3 of us. Hidden Love was all over the Patreon feed as well. And like, I invested a lot of time in them.
Exactly.
And I'm very close to them. And I feel like it is choosing between children.
You know what? My heart is beating so fast right now. Like, this is
the anxiety of choosing.
I'm getting anxiety over this. This is insanity. For me to do a podcast episode review, it means that drama is really special to me. I don't necessarily go and do podcast, reviews on things that, I'm just blasé about or whatever. So the fact that I have reviews for all of the ones that I mentioned, Jenny to Love, I did with Carol. So it's over on her podcast, but I also did it for like my own Patreon feed. And Hidden Love, Story of Cooning Palace. Those are just like, I don't know. I can't. Caitlin, please take over, because I can't
Caitlin,
deal with
you're
this
up
anymore.
2023 was very easy for me because I knew one choice and one choice only, and that was Oasis.
Oh! Do you know what? I was listening, actually, after we recorded it, I was listening to Naz from the Swoon Diaries, and she has watched Oasis, and she has enjoyed it. So I was like remembering back to our own conversation, and I was like, here, Caitlin, here's your people as well.
Yes. Another
Yes,
Oasis watcher.
Yeah, I know that she really liked Oasis, but yeah. I basically that was the only choice I had. I was like, I'm going with Oasis.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm dying a little bit on the inside right now, because this was tough. This was really tough. Like,
yes.
The other years I could deal with, but you get to 2021, 2022, and 2023, and, I am gone. And especially, like, 2023, the quality just went up a lot for me. It's, especially for Chinese dramas. And having the podcast as well, it means that I'm focusing a lot more. I'm paying a lot more attention to these scenes. I'm rewatching scenes and whatnot for reviews, which means these dramas just stick to me even more. So yeah, that was anxiety inducing, and I don't know. Gosh, that was, why did we do this to ourselves? Listeners, I hope you appreciate this episode, because this was like the hardest episode I've ever had to record, I think. God.
Lord.
That's it. We've done it.
Yeah,
We've reached
we did it.
the 10 years. Oh,
yay.
God, that was hard as heck. I don't think I can do that again in the near future. So,
one and done.
One and done. Let's do it. Let's do one and done. That is it. Have you got any last final thoughts, guys?
Oh my gosh, thanks for sticking with us, folks.
Yeah, yeah, it's a long one this time.
It is a long one. When is it not, though? That's
true.
True.
Listeners are used to it by now, so yeah, that is it. This has been another episode of Tea and Soju Drama Trio Edition. I hope you guys have enjoyed our suffering through these years. Please let us know. Come and chat to us and let us know what are your, picks for each year. I'd be so curious if listeners just kind of like came and dropped us a message with their own picks, because I think that would be quite fun. So that is it. That's another episode. That's it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.